I want to look at somebody who sold us the idea of Trump as the peace president, basically Messiah Jr., Glenn Beck from the Blase. Venezuela's deadly secret. Is this why Trump sent the CIA and B-52 bombers to Venezuela? No, I think he sent them because he's a power-mad, tapioca-brained asshole who needs to distract from the Epstein files. But I'd love to hear your take.
How do you feel about this kind of flying under the radar? We've got B-2 bombers flying over Venezuela.
Yeah, they fly over the radar. B-2 bombers are like satellite level, almost, like, to see them.
We're blowing boats
how,
out of the water.
How under the radar is it when we're blowing up boats in the international waters?
It's not under the not under the radar. It's just like nobody's really talking about it.
It doesn't.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people are going, this is murder, for example, like myself and others. Like a bunch of Democrats are saying this is extrajudicial murder. We have no proof that these people are engaged in anything like what the president insists they're doing.
Seem like the highest priority of the nation, I would say. And usually when we're in the middle of what seems to be a conflict, by the way, the only way we'd be able to do this legally is by basically saying we are in some sort of conflict with them, right? Like we have.
Who? What do you mean them? You mean the country of Venezuela, which we clearly are not?
Have to. I mean, Andy McCarthy had a long write-up of this that I read a couple weeks ago, and when it comes down to justifying a strike like this, you have to be able to essentially say that we are in some sort of conflict. You don't just do that typically.
Typically. Oh, you mean like when Democrats are in charge or Republicans who, hope the world lasts longer than they do?
Now, the question is, of course, are we in
the
that
war on drugs?
Right.
No, not a war, you dumb motherfucker. What are you going to do, start bombing homeless camps because of the war on poverty, dipshit? I don't want to give him any ideas.
Broke it down like that.
War on terror.
He might be worth explaining this at some point.
Yeah. Well, the war on terror is the justification for it. That's why he renamed them terrorists. Now they're all terrorists because Caroline Leavitt says so.
Andy is, but he's concerned about, what's the process to get to the decision. Not.
Oh, sorry. You actually think there's a process in the thinking?
Of course, whether we want drug dealers here, and nobody wants that. But there is a.
Well, Don Jr. does. I mean, don't say nobody.
A legal process that has to happen. And it does seem like it's also escalating beyond just the cartel situation.
Well,
remember, too, Trump's first term.
Tried to get Maduro out.
We tried to get Maduro out very clearly.
Yeah, John Bolton was helping him with that. Now he's indicted John Bolton. Why?
The Peace Prize winner, right, is someone from Venezuela who dedicated her award to Donald Trump, knowing that Trump has fought really hard for the people of Venezuela.
Oh, yes. And all the crypto farms he can build in South America outside of Argentina.
Whether you agree with what he's doing or not.
Not. Just for the record, not. In case anybody not, I'm going to go with not.
He does really care about the situation.
Does he?
He also knows something, and I'm
stupid. You're what's the word I'm looking for?
Dum 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 dum.
Yes, right.
I'm not surprised the press isn't talking about Margarita Island, but I think that's one of the main reasons why he's.
Oh, this is revenge for the death of Jimmy Buffett.
You're talking about Margaritaville?
No, Margarita Island.
Okay.
No. It's just off the coast of Venezuela. It is run by
it was probably
Maduro, and it
Jimmy
is
Buffett.
And no, Jimmy Buffett has nothing to do with it.
Not involved.
No, not involved at all.
Okay.
The Iranians have a lot to do with it. It's a Hezbollah Hamas training island, and Maduro has been sending Venezuelans and gangs to that island just off their coast to train for terrorist activities.
They don't have areas where they can train in the Middle East?
They train there, and then they fly over to Iran to finish.
Oh, I see. Because the terrain is so similar. That's right. Like, okay, you're going into Iran. You're going to really need to work with jungles. So we're going to send you to Isla Nubar and you can fight fucking dinosaurs.
Their training. They come back to Venezuela, and then they're unleashed wherever Maduro wants them unleashed.
Sorry. So Maduro is training like Hamas and Islamists to go fight in Iran. And then when they're done in Iran... Oh, sorry. Run that by me again, dipshit. Oh, hold on. That's the volume. You stupid.
Fly over to Iran to finish their training.
Okay, yeah, you obviously can't finish the training there. Yeah.
They come back to Venezuela, and then they're unleashed wherever Maduro wants them unleashed.
All right. Where would Maduro want Islamists released?
So there is actually a terrorist camp that is part of this. And we've been talking about it, on my show, television, I don't even know, 5 years, 6 years.
One moment, please. Let's see, gov.info. Okay, this is the... Oh, yeah. Wait, how old is that? This is from the Atlantic Council. Yeah. The American Enterprise Institute. Congress.gov threat to the... Yeah, this is congress.gov's... Oh, shit, open that up. Look at Margarita Island is the largest island in the Venezuelan state of Nueva Esparta, situated off the northwest coast of the country in the Caribbean Sea. Foreign Policy Magazine. Hezbollah is in Venezuela to stay. Well, yeah, that's the problem with them, is that they don't tend to leave. This would be the hearing notes on the Subcommittee of Counterterrorism and Intelligence. 125th Congress in 2011. Let's see. All these people on the thing. I don't know if I... Okay. Okay, this is going to be too dense, I think, for what we're trying to do today. This would be... Get out of here. This would be the threat to the homeland. Iran's extending influence in the Western Hemisphere. This is in 2013. Beg your pardon. And then there's foreign policy. Oh, get out of here. I'm not already in there, am I? No. I'll down have a foreign policy subscription. I'm not going to. Here you go. The Maduro-Hezbollah Nexus. How Iran-backed networks prop up the Venezuelan regime. This is from 2020. Too often, Hezbollah in Venezuela is characterized as only a potential terrorist threat. In reality, the Lebanese terrorist group has helped to turn Venezuela into a hub for the convergence of transnational organized crime and international terrorism. Hezbollah's crime terror network in Venezuela has facilitated Iran's cooperation with the Maduro regime. United States, allies, and international institutions must ramp up regional counterterrorism collaboration, crack down on illicit financial networks, and build stronger ties with Lebanese and other Arab countries in Latin America. See Argentina. Let's see, phase of sham election, March 2020, Department of Justice announced multiple narco-terrorism indictments against Maduro, right? These actions by the DOJ highlight a debate in the United States and Europe about the presence and role of Hezbollah in Venezuela and Latin America overall. Too often this debate is characterized by simplistic views. See that Hezbollah in Venezuela as only, Hezbollah in Venezuela as only a potential terrorist threat. Equally, other views diminish the role and relationship between Hezbollah and the Maduro regime altogether. Neither position captures the nuance of how Hezbollah operates in Venezuela and neighboring countries, nor does it establish a baseline. Okay, so they don't have particular evidence of that, which is why they're not doing it, but okay.
We found this out and got...
In 2005 and then 2011 and then 2012 and then, yeah.
I've been wondering, why are we not going after this?
Sorry.
Why are we not at least talking about this terror island? You're looking it up right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at it just like how, first of all, very close to the coast. But you look at the islands that are around it are like massive vacation destinations, like Aruba and
That's not.
What's that?
Margarita Island is not a vacation destination.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Don't go there.
It's fascinating. Like you book a trip to Barbados, and you're couple hundred miles away from
Terrorist island.
from a terrorist island.
Yeah. Did you even know that?
No, I didn't.
I mean that's Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran in bed with Maduro.
All right, I didn't see anything about Margarita Island particularly. I think this is the like the idea that they're embedded with them or whatever, the sort of paranoia of the American Enterprise Institute and the right-wing media about Hamas's linkages with him. Instead of drugs tend to fund terror and vice versa, so they're tied together in that idea, or that they're going to do terrorism in South America and or send people up here.
And I'm convinced that this is one of the main things that he's going for. I mean,
why? Because it would justify blowing up these boats? You think they're full of Hezbollah fighters now? Is that the theory?
yes, he is. I mean, this is Trendiagua or whatever the hell that thing was. That's part of this.
Sure it is.
The unleashing of the prisons, that's also part of
They unleashed the prisons?
this. I mean,
Why would that be? What? Why would releasing all your prisoners and telling them to walk to America make any sense? Did they swim to Margarita Island first? Are they shooting the swimmers out of the water, asshole?
this is Maduro trying to unleash, along with the Iranians, unleash chaos on our streets. And I don't know why we don't talk about it, because I
Well, apparently you've been talking about it for 5 years. I blame you.
think that's a better.
Also, the Congress has been talking about linkages between Hezbollah and other groups, largely financial, and meaning their representatives come there and go back and forth. But the idea that, there's a training, hold on, Margarita Island's training camp. Mounting, same thing. Hamas militants trained for its daily attack in plain sight. No, that was different. Okay. Venezuela terrorism house, house.gov. This is so okay. So when did this come out? 2006. Notes from the Venezuela terrorism hub of South America, July 13, 2006, House of Representatives Subcommittee on International Terrorism. And the full notes are here. But I don't see anything about just like the Margarita Islands being the thing. Just their general attachment to Maduro because drugs and terrorism often go hand in hand. I mean, and along with crypto, by the way. So your asshole buddy Don Jr. and his pals are helping grease the wheels for Maduro and Hezbollah and the cartels and
Then that's a cigar boat that has drugs in it. You know?
Yeah, that seems like it. What's your feeling on the drug boat thing?
As a Mormon, he's completely for the blind bombing of any boat without checking who the people on it are or what they're doing. Just assume that if they're going fast between two places that you don't like, then killing everybody on board is the Mormon thing to do.
You spent a lot of time thinking this one out?
You work with him. What do you think?
It is interesting.
I know as an American I should.
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's kind
As an American, fuckwad? How about as the host of the lead show on your own fucking network that talks politics every fucking day? And it's something that is extraordinarily extrajudicial that your favorite president is up to. Maybe that's why I pay attention. What an asshole.
it's
That's what I meant by
of,
flying under the radar.
Yeah, it's sort of commentary on what you were just saying. Like it has flown under the radar, I think, for a lot of people, mainly because I think we all recognize there's a real problem with obviously not just illegal immigration. We always summarize it as illegal immigration, but these are people oftentimes that are criminals, drug dealers, gang members that are coming.
Hold on. Fuck you. There, don't even start. There's no evidence about anybody on these boats that's going anywhere but maybe to Haiti or some shit. Like, or like, where the fuck are they even going? Nobody knows. You don't know what they're carrying. You don't, and the idea that we can't catch them is just dumb. So don't tell me about, like, we're worried about these certain things. That doesn't give you the excuse to fucking blow a boat out of the water when you don't know what the fuck is going on. And how the fuck does it, these aren't immigrant boats, asshole. And if they were, so what you're saying is they might not be, you know, everybody's worried about drugs and stuff, but what if they're just people trying to get here? Boom. So that's justifiable homicide in the minds of fucking Stu.
Across the border and committing
Terrorists.
crimes. Right.
Terrorists.
It's not.
What do you mean terrorists? Okay, first of all, I'm going with Glenn is drunk today. I'm just going to call it. Look at him. Glenn's drunk. Glenn is working drunk. Honest to God. Is anybody else? Chat room. What do you think? I'm going with he's hammered. And they know it. And it's not beer. It's hard liquor. Dude is slammed. Right, no question. And to be, like, you would almost have to be fucking drunk to talk this flippantly about the extrajudicial murder of boatloads of fucking people without evidence of who they are and what they're doing.
Just the mom who's trying to get a job
Correct.
here that's better for her, children. That's a separate economic issues associated with.
Not if they're in the same boat, you dumb motherfucker. Let's say it's 50-50. Half the people in the boat are drug dealers with bales of fentanyl, and the other half are just hitching a ride. Do they all deserve death? Do any of them? But do all of them? Why? How is this justification? What the fuck?
That. But when you talk about drugs coming in, first of all, this is something Trump has been really clear about, does not want this going on.
Then run down the boats, arrest the people in them, dump the drugs overboard after you film them and test them, I guess take pictures of them, make a big show of it. We caught these motherfuckers. We're dumping their drugs and we're going to turn their boat around and send them back. Right? Why is that any... for real? Why is that out of our ability?
I think we all... The means, the ends are there, for sure.
Yes, the end of lives. You can't name one of these motherfuckers. You don't know what they actually are doing. If they're drug dealers, fucking run them down and show it. How hard is that?
The means, I guess, are the question. And, what's interesting about this is you feel like...
We want drugs to stop coming into the country. But do we round people up and just blow their fucking brains out? Stu says, sure.
It's all about a message being sent, right?
Yes, that we don't care about due process and human life. Welcome to Trump's America.
There's no reason why, in theory, we could not just stop these vessels.
That's funny. That's but why bother?
We could get the Coast
Well, Glenn doesn't seem convinced or sober.
Guard over there. We could get the Navy. There's all sorts
The Navy is there, you dipshit.
of different things we could do to stop these boats. We're blowing them up and telling everybody about it for a reason. And I think quite clearly this has caused a maritime decrease in traffic, if you will, from Venezuela to here. I mean, this is seeming...
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. The vast majority of drugs that are moved into the country by sea are either brought in on fucking cruise ships where people sneak shit in their luggage, or brought in by, just regular travel, and then these like submersibles, like these little submarines. One of the things they blew up was not a speedboat. It was one of the little submersibles. That's the vast majority of them come in that way because they're harder to spot. Fuck you.
Working quite well. The question is, process-wise, is it aligning with what we should
Or morality or ethic. Fuck it. What am I talking about? Judeo-Christian
be
values?
doing?
So here's my guess, because
Yeah, just guess. Why think about it? Why think it through?
you know how much Trump hates war. He hates war.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what? What are you talking about? He hates war? No one who hates war gives us our first $1 trillion military budget.
He'll use military force, but he likes to use quick strikes, just get it done.
Yep.
Okay.
Whether it hits the actual target or not, it's mostly for show. And even if it's ineffective, he can just do it again later, which is a war.
And he likes overwhelming force.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as everyone who hates war does.
So
And public. He likes people.
yeah, he likes
sends
people
a
seeing
message.
it because he's sending a message not just to Venezuela, he's sending it to the whole world. And
Yes, you hear that, Guam, or South Korea?
after this last week, where he has walked around like the victor of the world, and all of the other
Well, what do you expect from Timu Antichrist?
nations coming to him and bowing knee and going, okay, yeah, thank you. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's going.
He's sending a message to 3 countries, I think. He's sending a message to Iran, which is tied right directly to Russia, and also Venezuela, which is also
I thought all the precursors to like fentanyl were coming from China. They're buddies. We're trying to make a deal with them.
tied to China and Iran.
There you go.
And I think
So 4.
I think he wants this week, especially, to be a week that Maduro
Of peace.
goes, things might be changing. I don't know if this is the right. And I think he's just using
And then what? He just folds up and leaves? Just goes and lives in the mountains?
very strong images and power. He's using it the right way to say, back off, buddy.
Or I'm going to what? Bomb your fucking cities?
Don't do it right now. And also, I don't like
Also, if you're only hitting like the drug labs and shit like that, why would that stop you?
this, sending the CIA in. I just don't trust the CIA in anything anymore.
Why? Because they're Americans? Glenn trusts the KGB.
Because
But-
that's a new development as of the last
As of-
24 hours
yeah.
that we found out about it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, which nothing says covert like everybody finding out about the CIA going into fucking Venezuela. Is that not the dumbest part of this whole thing? Literally, like, I'm sending the CIA in. You mean covert agents? Really? Will they all be wearing flags?
Can you explain that further? What are we doing there? Like,
Don't
Yes, Glenn, please.
really know.
All right, there you go. Well, I'm glad people should be lucky they tuned in.
Don't really know. Trying to go after the drug lords is what
Sure, why not? Because the CIA has a great. Well, they know where they are. They have a relationship with them, I guess.
we're
Is that the
saying,
idea?
but this also kind
maybe go in there and clean up first. Go in and like burn records.
of is what we do with regime change, you know?
and we've attempted literal regime change with this country. Correct. With not that long ago.
He's a bad
Who's we, motherfucker? You mean Trump the first time?
guy. I mean, he is
Oh, yeah.
he is a drug lord. Maduro has become, he was this bus driver. He's now the head of a drug crime syndicate called
What a country.
the Sun or something like that.
Something like that. I didn't really pay attention. I just do a news show every fucking day, The Sun or something. Or is that the UK newspaper? I get them all mixed up or whatever. But look at that. He started out as a humble bus driver, and now he's the biggest drug dealer in the world. Only in Venezuela.
So, I mean, he's actually a drug lord himself now.
Does he have a certificate? that proves it, kind of like the lion with courage.
Well, he's not the sweet little bus driver he used to be.
Did he maybe dealt drugs on the bus? You don't trust bus drivers, do you?
And
Moving on up.
and making friends with all of the wrong people,
He lives on the east side now?
at least in our hemisphere.
Let me ask you this. If you were a
Oh, God. I'm not looking forward to the answer or the question itself.
Venezuelan citizen,
Oh, God. If Glenn Beck was a Venezuelan citizen, well, he'd start as a bus driver and stay there.
would you take a boat outside of your territorial waters for
I
any
wouldn't put
reason?
a boat in my bathtub.
Yeah. The president of the United States might kill you because he doesn't check to see who you are or what you're doing.
Yeah, they really need to come up with a new way to get their drugs here. I think that's been probably a
They have. The price has not gone down.
big focus of these networks right now, because it's difficult to do by land.
This is kind of what I expected him
It is. It's hard. Why? Are the drugs heavy?
to do in Mexico. And that might be another thing. If he's going after the drug lords,
Aha. And what did I tell you guys last year when we were talking about that this motherfucker wants to declare war on the cartels in Mexico?
start to see these drug lords just show up dead, he's sending that message to Mexico. I'll do it. I'll do it. You're not safe wherever you are. And it might have been
And neither are your family or anybody who looks marginally like you or drives a car similar to yours or is speeding along the wrong highway.
easier.
Like the Mormon people that were killed in Mexico years ago. Okay. Explain to me. Sorry. Sorry. Slaughter. Whoops. In Mexico. Yeah, the LeBaron and Langford families. These like Mormon families that were driving through. They arrested a key suspect in the killing of 9 members of a Mormon community. 3 women, 6 children, all dual U.S. Mexican citizens, were driving through the Sonoran Desert when they were killed in an ambush last year. Robert N. is believed to have been the intellectual architect of the attack. That's the intellectual architect. That's adorable. Known as the Mute and the 32, he's the suspected leader of the La Linea cartel. 2 other suspects thought to be members of the same cartel were also arrested. Anybody remember that? Okay. What exactly is the difference between what Trump is doing to these boats and what the Linea cartel were doing to the busloads of those Mormon women and children? They thought those were people invading their territory and planning to do bad things to their people, so they decided to just kill everybody. And when they discovered that the people weren't necessarily those people, they killed them anyways. What's the difference? How is Donald Trump any different than the head of the Linea cartel? For real.
For him to do it in Venezuela, or so he thinks, than in Mexico. And so he's sending that message. Because the drug lords in Mexico are sending big messages to him.
Yeah, I mean, they're putting bounties on ICE members.
Up to $50,000. You kill a certain, rank of ICE or politician, and they'll give you 50 grand.
If you live. 50 grand? First of all, a bunch of puffery. Secondly, again, what's the difference? We're talking about, just abjectly targeting people because you perceive them as a threat or you think they're in the same vehicle. Also, this is the second video he's done, I guess, along...
All right. I want to talk to you about something that's right on our doorstep that
is probably the same thing.
I don't think a lot of people are watching. I think it was Saturday or Sunday, I read an article, and I just kind of skimmed it quickly.
Right. We don't expect you to really read things.
And I filed it away, and it was, the United States is moving like a battle group to Latin America.
Yeah, nobody paid attention to that, asshole. That was a month ago, by the way. What a dickhead.